I know people who have actually put away Microsoft Word and they use InDesign as their sole word processor. It's true. Now, while that does seem a little bit extreme to me, I mean, if you need an alternate word processor that works well with InDesign, I strongly recommend you take a look at Adobe InCopy. But that said, InDesign does let you type and edit text pretty efficiently. Let's take a look how. The first thing you need to know is that when you want the type tool, you don't have to go and grab it out of the tool panel every time. Just double-click on a text frame with either the selection or the direct selection tool. Whenever you double-click, it automatically switches to the type tool and places the cursor exactly where you double-clicked. I love that feature. Very efficient. Now I'll zoom in here with Command 2 or Control 2 on Windows, and I want to show you various ways that you can edit or move through your text. It's very important that you learn some keyboard shortcuts for moving through your text. For example, the Command left arrow or Control left arrow on Windows moves one word to the left. Command right arrow or Control right arrow moves one word to the right. Command or Control up arrow moves to the beginning of a paragraph, and Command or Control down arrow moves either to the end of the paragraph, as in this case here where there is no second paragraph here, or if there is another paragraph, it'll move to the beginning of the next paragraph. Now, if you add the Shift key to any of those keyboard shortcuts, you actually select the text. For example, if I place my cursor back in the middle here and do a Command Shift left arrow, it selects the word off, and I could copy it, cut it, or format it, or whatever. So the more that you want to work with text in InDesign, the more you're really going to want to use your keyboard shortcuts. Command up arrow to jump to the beginning of the paragraph. If I want to select the entire paragraph, it would be Command Shift down arrow. Now I've selected the entire paragraph. Okay, a couple other quick shortcuts about selecting. You know that clicking places the text cursor, and you probably know that double-clicking selects a word in a paragraph, but did you know that triple-clicking selects a line, and quadruple-clicking, 1, 2, 3, 4, actually selects an entire paragraph, so that can be very handy as well. If you click 5 clicks in a row, you actually select the entire story. But there's a better way to select the entire story. If you really need an entire story, then you just press Command A or Control A on Windows, and that selects the entire story. So that's pretty good too. The other thing you need to know is about deleting text. You know, every now and again you have to delete something. Of course, the delete key or the backspace key will move one letter at a time backward, or the forward delete key will move forward one letter at a time. So it actually deletes forward, and that's pretty cool too. If you want to make it one word at a time, add the Command or Control key. For example, if I want to remove this entire word now, I place the cursor at the end of the word and say Command Delete, and that deletes backward one word at a time. Or if I want to remove this word more, I can place it before the word and do a Command Forward Delete, and that will delete forward one word. So that's very handy as well. Now, I've really messed up the text in this story here, but that's okay. I might as well just mess it up a little bit more. Let's say I want to drag and drop some text. I'll just drag over some text here, and I want to move this someplace else. A lot of InDesign users like drag and drop text. I personally don't, actually. I'm forever putting stuff in the wrong place, so I don't like it. And so I'm kind of happy that by default, InDesign does not let you drag text from one place to another. But for those of you who do like drag and drop text, don't fret. InDesign will let you do it. In order for you to get drag and drop text, however, you have to change a preference. So I'll go up to the InDesign menu and go down to the Preferences submenu. Remember that on Windows, this shows up in the Edit menu, not the InDesign menu. And under the Preferences menu, I'll choose Type. And in here, you'll see there's an option for drag and drop text editing. Right now, it is disabled for the layout view. That's what this is called here in the background. So if you turn this on, just click in that checkbox, click OK. Now suddenly you're able to do drag and drop. You'll even notice that the cursor changes a little bit to indicate that now that I have text selected, I can click on it and drag it wherever I want to put it and then let go, and it will drop it right there. So editing text right on the document page here in the layout view is acceptable, but it's not always efficient. Now later on in this chapter, we're going to learn about something called the story editor, and that often makes editing text much simpler.